Hey, this is John Carlos, and one of the things NECA is known for, besides acquiring great licenses and making awesome figures, is painting the same sculpt of a figure and selling it over and over and over again. You know, you get like a Freddy figure, and then you use the same legs, same torso, maybe change the hand, change the face, give it some new accessories, and now you could do Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. They're lucky with Predator. You take a Predator figure and then you paint it clear. Now it's the invisible version. Now you put some brown stuff on the invisible version and it's the decloaking version. Now you put some green stuff on it, now it's the battle damaged bloody version. They made so many different Evil Dead 2 Ash figures, which is basically just one sculpt with like some different paint on his shirt, like a different hand and some different accessories. From a company standpoint, this fiscally makes a lot of sense. You're not sculpting new figures over and over, you're getting the most out of a single sculpt, it's cost effective, but sometimes it gives you lame toys like Prometheus Series 3, where you just get hologram figures with some blue stuff splattered on them. But sometimes you get a figure that makes a lot of sense, and a thermal version of Dutch is a really good idea for a repaint. It's one of the few repaints that really makes sense within the context of the movie, and I'm really excited that they make this, so let's check it out.
I'm happy to report the articulation on this figure is really solid. You know, I like the little ball-jointed ankles, but sometimes the ankles are so loose that the figures can't stand. And sometimes with NECA I've had really tight elbows, but in playing with this figure I've had great luck with the elbows on this. It's the leg articulation is strong. I love that the little gun belts are soft so you can get full leg range. And the ankles, well, this one's a little loose, it's still really solid and doesn't ever really fall over anything. So in that regard, everything about here, the torso, the head, everything is really solid as far as articulation goes. It's interesting reviewing the paint on this figure because it's not doing like a human likeness in any way with any human details, but they do a good job insinuating what like a thermal scan of a human heat signature would look like. I mean, the mixture of burgundy and yellow paint, it's pretty good. Just giving you like a close-up look at all of it. I think it's cool that they included paint in the middle but not where the vest would be, but they do include it on the sides of where the vest sort of ends right here. Placement of it is pretty good. I've seen some where it's a little off-center, but it's pretty centered here. And here's just more detailed look at what's on the pants, including the little heat signatures that would come out of the laced part of someone's shoes. Now the back of the figure does not feature any paint because I guess the Predator is not looking at him from the back within the context of this figure. And the figure comes with his pistol and his knife and the big machine gun, none of which would have any heat signatures to them. If you want to see how he matches up with all the other Dutch figures, here they all are lined up. Now this one's in a little more squatted pose, which is why he looks shorter compared to the mud-covered one. But I'm really happy with how this figure turned out. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of constantly repainting figures to sell another toy, but I think this is a really cool one. I mean, I remember seeing this one at Comic-Con. Everyone was just sort of excited to see that they actually did it. It's a really cool concept for a repaint. Something I can't say about all the other repaints. Like right now, the NES versions of like RoboCop and Freddy and Jason, and including the newly announced Predator video game version, they're going to repaint everything they ever can. But this is a really cool one. If you're really gooby into Predator, if you're really into like Dutch like I am, I think it's a worthwhile addition to the collection. It's certainly, you know, a good price. I got it for like $16.99 at like Toys R Us. I dig it. I think it's fun, and it certainly stands out in the collection. I recommend it. Thanks for watching.